Hey guys, it's me, it's QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Let's see. If you would like to get a reading done, please hit me up on social media. My email and all my social media is underneath this video. Today, another thing is going to be underneath this video is how you can purchase this awesome deck. It's called the Cosmic Laws Oracle, the key to personal success and spiritual expansion. The creator's name is right here. I'm not going to say it because I did talk with her, but I did not ask her how to pronounce her name, and I hate butchering people's names. But that's her back there. You're going to see again when I take the plastic off. So let me get started. As you can see, it's still in plastic. She gifted me 4 decks for the purposes of doing an honest review. So these were gifts, but I have to earn my keep and give a real honest review of these decks. So again, here looks like without the plastic, and let me show you her picture. There she is. She's a spiritual and modern author, creator. Wow, intuitive therapist, cosmic messenger. She has quite a lot going on, and she is a beautiful spirit. And here's her website at the bottom if you want it. And when I'm finished with this deck, I'm definitely going to put the link underneath this video. Now, first and foremost, before I even pull out the deck, this is the book that came with the deck. So we're not playing. We're not playing. This is a full book. I got the things in here. Let me see. What is that? Let's see what that is. This came with the book. It was inside of it. 10 things about roses that you didn't know. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, her organization is called the Temple of Roses. So that's what these are. It's an invitation to enjoy the Temple of Roses. So if you want to check them out, no further, it's right there. And what else is inside of here? Well, of course, the table of contents is in the back, and all the contents. So without further ado, let's look at these beautiful cards. All right, they come in a very let me see what kind of boxes. I don't know what they call this box. It's not very sturdy, it's not very hard though. It's like a softer box. Many of us don't use the boxes at all, so some of you aren't even going to care about the box, but it's not a sturdy box. So if that is concerning to you, you definitely need to get a bag or whatever you want to keep it in. Before I show you the artwork, I'm going to show you the thinness of the card. It's glossy. Not a bad stock. Definitely not a bad stock. I like the way it bounced back. It's kind of glossy though, as you can see. These are often difficult to record, but it's really, I love the gloss. The gloss is my favorite, but it's just so difficult to record with it or take pictures of it sometimes. This is a standard size tarot card that I got, and I'm going to compare the size for you guys. So we're going to put them together, and as you can see, they're about the same size. It's a little bit of a difference. So they're about the size of a standard tarot card or a standard card that you would get. And now 52, that was 52. Now I'm going to show you them in order from number 1 though, because they're here. All right, let's get started. Oh, is that French? Okay, so it's in French and English. So any of you who want to brush up on your French, this is an awesome opportunity to use a new deck and brush up on your French. You know what? As soon as I pulled the first card, I noticed the images. These images are very interesting because from an artistic standpoint, they're beautiful to look at, right? But from an intuitive standpoint, I don't think these are in order. Okay, they're not in order. Okay. So they're out of order, which I don't think it matters. For our purposes, yeah. It doesn't matter for our purposes, but I'm just letting you know when you get them, they may or may not be in order. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, the art is definitely speaking to me. The card stock, I like the quality of. The only way you'd have a problem, because I'm sure these can shuffle really good, great. I'll find out when we're done. But the only way you would really have a problem is if you don't like gloss. That's the only thing about these that some people may take issue with. But everything else about these is awesome, and they're unique. They're unique. The other deck that she gave me 4 decks to review, and this is the 3rd one. I did the other 2 videos already. So one thing I've noticed about all of the decks that she gave me is that they're all excellent quality as far as the paper is concerned. This is the only one I did so far that was glossy. This is the back, kind of like a cosmic looking back. But yeah, this is the only one that was glossy. And the thing is that glossy cards are my favorite ones. But because I do so much with taking pictures and things like that with my cards, I usually gravitate towards the matte or petal-like finishes. But glossy is definitely my favorite. Wow. See, when you have cards like these, images like these, it really opens you to see. Like, for instance, you ever go outside and you're staring at clouds and you start to see faces and shapes and things like that? I feel like if you're staring at these, you would have a similar experience. Because one of the things, if you pay attention, is the colors. You know, it's not just the shapes. The shapes, I can definitely see shapes immediately, but also the colors. The colors have a story. You know, every color has a story to it. You know, pink is traditionally more of a healing story. Red is more of a passion thing. So depending upon your association with colors, you probably, like this heart, I would definitely put that with red or pink. So that's also something, kind of like a color therapy or something like that. These 2 would be awesome for daily pulls. But I also could see myself being able to do, I could see myself being able to use these as supplement a tarot reading too. See, that's the one thing about oracle decks that I like. I do use oracle decks by themselves, but I also love to add them to a tarot reading. So if I pull a card, and let's say I get like the Knight of Swords, and then I will pull one of these. So the Knight of Swords should be suspicious, or he is suspicious, depending upon the situation. So I like to add them when I do the tarot reading, because it gives more insight into what you're looking at. So if I pull the Queen of Swords, maybe she has a surprise for you, or you have a surprise for her. So I love doing that. It just adds more layers to the reading, more information to the reading. Awesome. Usually when I do a reading for somebody, it's rare that I use just one deck. I always use at least 2, but like sometimes most of the time up to 5 or 6. You know, I want to get so much information. I just keep digging, like, okay, well, all right, so what is the Queen of Wands doing? Well, the Queen of Wands is working with the law of resistance, you know. And what I like about these is these laws, I don't know anything about them until we get to the, I'm gonna pull one of them and do it when we're finished. I'm gonna pull the one of these laws from the guidebook and see what it says about them. But these are universal laws from what I'm gathering. So I like it because it's not just, you know, giving you law of attention and concentration. It's not just giving you, you know, a theme word, you know, and something with it, which is fine, but it's also teaching you something. So maybe the law of truth, if you get that card, maybe it's the fact that you need to be more truthful, or you need to watch that someone is not being truthful with you. The law of wisdom. Maybe your experiences are turning into a profound wisdom. So I like that. I like that it's not just the oracle message, but it's also teaching you the cosmic laws, which makes sense for the name of the deck, obviously. Oh, look at that. Acceptance. I like that a lot. Yeah, these are really beautiful. And again, what really gets me about all of these decks, and you're going to see underneath this video, when you click on the link, you're going to see that there are a lot of decks, and they're all so unique, and I have never seen any of these before. And these also work for a person who doesn't like people, because I haven't seen any people at all in this deck. So if you're the kind of person who really not feeling people, some people always tell me, like, you know, I like decks with animals, or I like decks that don't have people in them. If you're one of those kinds of people, this deck would work for you, because so far I've seen like things that I could say are people, or I could say it's a face, I would more likely say, but none of these are straight up, you know, people posing, hugging, cheesing, you know, making two fingers behind each other's head, you know, that kind of thing. None of these are actual pictures of people. So if people are not your thing in your practice, this beautiful deck I really think would work for you. I really like the size of the cards. That's really doing it for me. I don't like cards that are too big, and I don't like cards that are too small, even though I will work with both. I have decks that are too big, and I have decks that are too small. But I prefer this size. This is my preferred size, if I can get them in that size. And a lot of decks I see are in this size. So it seems to me like I'm not the only one that prefers that. I think it's just helpful if you have small hands. These would be manageable. If you have large hands, they should be child's play. You know, that's the thing. Ooh, guilt. Look at guilt. Ugh, guilt drew you. That draws you right in. Limits. I'm not even guilty of anything. I didn't even do anything, and I feel like, whoa, you know, like, wow. I would probably pull more than one of these though. A daily pull could be good, but I could also see doing mind, body, spirit spreads with this particular deck, or AM, noon, PM. Those are two of my favorite spreads. You've probably heard me talk about them a lot. But like maybe in the morning, I'm going to be appeasing someone, or they're going to be appeasing me. And then by the evening, I might be uncovering deception, you know? So those are awesome. I love that. All right, guys, let's pick them up without making too much trouble for the tripod. I don't want it to move too much. Let's see if we can pick these up without too much wiggling and wobbling. All right. Now we're gonna just kind of overhand shuffle them, and then let me see if I can shuffle them poker style. They shuffle like a dream. No problems at all. There we go. Yeah, no problems with shuffling them. And let's see what we get. Goddess, please give us a card for the collective. One card that we can all think about. We can share. Something that could help us today. Ashe. All right. See what Goddess gives us. She gave us this one. Ooh. All right, let me show you. Force, strength. Put it on here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that massive book that it came with. It's number 32. Well, it's not that massive. It's just bigger than the little black book that we're all used to. Here's 32. I'm going to read it to you, okay? Strength. The strength it is to use its resources and to orient them in a direction to reach a goal. Okay. It is a condensation of energy that is oriented by the power, intention of the individual. It is necessary to build, resist, or end something. With strength comes assurance and a purpose to exist. Strength is not used or revealed in all situations. It must be accompanied by wisdom. Otherwise, it brings chaos, violence, and death. May I be given strength to endure what cannot be changed, and the courage to change what can be changed, but also the wisdom to distinguish one from another. That's a quote. Okay, so basically this card, if we had received this card, it is about our strength and using it for intention, purpose, and it also says that we need to resist or build or end something. So you have to have the strength to do so. So some of us may need to build businesses, build empires. Some of us may need to get rid of someone or resist something, you know. So there's a lot of different ways that you can take that based on your personal life situation. So I would say these are awesome. Yeah, I would recommend these definitely. I give these a 10 out of 10 as far as recommendations are concerned, because I really think that, again, anybody can work with these. Out of the decks that I've looked at, I'm trying to think, out of all of the, yeah, anybody can pretty much work with any of these. So take a look at the link underneath this video, and if you really like this and want to add it to your spiritual practice, or if you think your clients might like it, please check out the link and purchase. Okay, thank you guys so much for being here. Come back soon because I have so much more to say. See you later.